Well, joining us now is the Executive Director of the Network of Youth for Sustainable Initiative, Joshua Alade. Good to see you and thanks for your time. Looking at the theme from clicks to progress. Why is this so significant for especially Nigerian youth?
So first is the opportunity that digital technology gives to us. Across the world, look at India, look at the US, China, their young people are actually harnessing the power of digital technology. And it's very important for Nigeria because of our youth population, 70 million young people. And we have a country where we have more than 100 million people in multidimensional poverty. And digital technology provides us with the enabling tool to be able to create wealth. It helps us, our young people, to be able to decide on what the world needs to start looking at. And we have the numbers. So technology helps us to be a country that is meaningful with young people. So we need to harness technology for the fulfillment of the potential of our young people. It's the only way that we can move forward faster and better.
Is it just in the area of technology, or is it fundamental to getting the youth to be more involved in a way that they'll be more globally competitive? What are the other, things that need, to be in place for the youth to be globally competitive?
Thank you. So, yeah, technology first, because the world is a global village and technology connects us. So with technology, somebody who is a farmer knows that I could get my crops, I could be able to reach out to the other world to let them know what I have. And it's also about creating the enabling environment for them to thrive. So it's also making sure that they have access to quality education. It's also making sure that there's security for them. It's also making sure that when they go to the universities, they are being exposed to the right courses that the world needs. So this is really very important. And also when we look at healthcare for young people, we have many young people dying because they don't have access to the right healthcare. So with that, we can be able to harness the potential of our young people. And then technology is that enabler. Technology makes progress happen faster. So Nigeria needs to look at how can we use technology to make sure that our young people's potential is harnessed.
And in this, what role do you see youth playing in ensuring that the Sustainable Development Goals are achieved in line with the theme of this year's Youth Day?
Very great question. So one of the things I would say is that you've seen young people set up companies, young people going to communities, carrying out digital skills program, because they understand the value. Social media is an enabler, and just knowing how to use Twitter, knowing how to use Instagram is very important. So you have young people doing every one of these trainings, but it is not enough. They need the government coming up to say, we see you, we hear you, we want to work with you. How do you want us to help? It's not just the government creating programs and saying, we've created this program for young people, come and participate. No, it's about saying, we want to, for young people, what do you want us to do? And then we can co-create together. It's something called meaningful youth engagement. And we have this slogan that says, there's nothing for us without us. Yeah. So you can't create things for young people without young people. You need their ideas, you need their energy, and you also need their innovation. Let's not just talk about the numbers alone. How are we bringing young people to the decision-making table? And for today, we've been talking about a lot around tables, because, yeah, tables are where we sit as a family to have a conversation. And the father speaks, mother speaks, the children also contribute. It's not just daddy talking to everyone. So that's what we need to do in Nigeria. Well, daddy, mommy, children, let's have a conversation together on the same table.
Yeah, it's interesting you put it that way. But I recall, was it not the president, as a candidate, said, power is not served a la carte. The same might apply to every other, aspect of life, apart from politics, every other, area of life. Those who fought for Nigeria's independence were young. They were young people. They were not served. They went after it themselves. How are you, as an individual, as a youth, as a head of an organization, using, I mean, we can't really talk about this without talking about NSAS, without talking about end bad governance and what have you. Yes, you've used social media effectively, but how can it go beyond that to actually have a place at the table?
So In our organization, we are really big on systems thinking. And we ask ourselves, what's the root cause of issues? How do we tackle them from the root? So what we've done is understanding how to have conversations with people in power. So it's understanding who they are, what the way that they would engage with young people and following through that. So what we've done is building the capacity of young leaders to know how to speak truth to power, to know how to engage with people who are powerful. Because that's the thing, if you understand the way that they play their games, then you can work with them. And another thing we always tell young people is that there's strength in numbers. One goal, big number, everybody in agreement, then we can be able to bring them to the decision-making table. We've heard it everywhere. They are scared of our numbers. And that's why they would always find a way to bring a division within young people. So what we need to do is hold strong to one goal. We want the president to hear us. How can we do this? How can we work together as young people to have one voice? And with that, with collaboration, we can make that happen.
Right, like they say, don't agonize, just organize. Joshua Alade, Executive Director, Network of Youth for Sustainable Initiative. Happy International Youth Day again.
Thank you.
And thanks for joining us.